Edward Miller.
Glasses.
Pencil.
A what? Got a pen.
There we go.
Edward Miller,
Okay.
ADWRB.
Edward
Yes, sir.
Miller.
Uh-huh.
Okay. One more thing. I didn't have a... Get you a little microphone there. That's so I can hear you better.
Okay.
There, right there. You might listen, make sure you can hear us.
Okay.
When were you born? What year were you born, Mr. Miller?
1895, I suppose. I think it was 1895.
In November?
November 6, 1895.
Okay. Where were you born at?
In Jasper County, Carthage address. Carthage, Missouri address.
Okay.
I can remember all that.
And you might look in there and see if we're still getting his face since we've moved a little. Or do we need to move the camera a
We
little?
need to move. All I get is half his head.
Okay, let me look right quick. Yeah. There. Okay, now. Might look and see if we're still okay.
Yes. I get him all the way.
Okay. When did you get into the Army?
Huh?
When did you get into the Army?
In 1928, and I believe 1928. My discharge is all in, papers are all in Texas.
Were you in World War One?
Huh?
Were you in World War One?
Yeah?
What kind of outfit were you in?
Huh?
What kind of outfit?
I was infantry and artillery.
Do you remember the numbers of the outfits you were in? The units?
The United States Army.
Okay.
My number is 3656150. That's my Army number.
Okay. Do you remember the number of the unit you were in the Army? Like what number infantry or what division?
Well, I've kind of forgot that. I can't remember them names. But it's in the infantry, and I went overseas
Did you?
a little late. And when the armistice was signed, I was in Germany, sent to Germany in the AEF, American Expeditionary Forces in Germany.
Yeah. Can you remember what month that you landed in Europe? When you went over, what month did you go overseas?
Well, no. And see, I was in Nix, New Jersey with flu and pneumonia.
Oh, you had the flu.
Everybody had the flu and pneumonia. I had a chance to stay a little longer in the hospital or go Viessman.
So you had the flu?
Had the flu and pneumonia in November.
That was November of 1918 or 17?
1918.
1918.
Mm-hmm.
You say Fort Dix?
Yeah, Fort Dix, New Jersey.
Okay. What kind of medicine did they give you for the flu?
CC pills.
What's CC?
CC pills for everything.
You know what that stood for? The CC.
No. Out in the Army, you don't know nothing. If you're in the Army, you don't know nothing.
How long were you sick?
Oh, 4 or 5 days in the hospital.
Did some of them die there of the flu?
They died in, they piled up in the corner there. And you see, I know the guy that I went to Florence. I knew a guy that he died there, and they sent somebody home with him, you know. I was taking him home. But that day I was taking him home, I was in the hospital with the flu. So I didn't get him.
Huh. Okay. But they still sent you overseas later.
Yeah. They give us a chance to go overseas with your whole outfit, you know, or rest a while in the depot brigade and then go later. And I said, go now. And on the way, I done felt better my life on the ocean.
Oh, you didn't get sick on the ocean?
No, I felt good when I got there.
Do you remember the name of the ship that took you over?
The ship was the Dunvegan Castle, an English ship with a Portuguese crew.
Dunbeagle?
Huh?
Dunbeagle Castle?
It's an English ship,
Okay.
a Portuguese crew.
How was the food on the ship?
Sometimes good and sometimes not so good. They had a big bin of potatoes. You could stick you some potatoes and eat raw potatoes. You could eat raw potatoes.
Huh. You still see us?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I see him, not you.
Yeah.
That's good, huh?
As long as I'm cut off.
You're cut off.
Okay. If some of them shows, then all of them may have to show. Where did you land in France, or did you go to England or France first?
Huh?
When you got to Europe, where did you land at the ship?
Well, I don't know what to tell you where I landed. I can't tell you the name.
Can you remember whether it was in England or France?
It's France.
France.
France. Well, I landed in England, landed in Liverpool to start with.
Okay. How long did you stay in England?
Well, I had a little story I can tell you there.
Good. Go tell us.
Went out to Naughty Ash, and I met a boy in the army that had left England when he was 9 years old, and he was United States Army.
Huh.
And he got,
Drafted?
no, when we landed in there, they told me where his folks lived. And they gave him permission to go visit his folks. He's an Englishman.
Huh. Did you go with him?
I went with him. I stayed all night with. I can't think of his name now.
How was the English food?
Huh?
How was the food in England?
Oh, the food was all right anyway. The food was all right. But he had left home when he was 9 years old and got to the United States, and he got to the Army. Well, his father didn't care much for him, but his mother seemed to know him.
Huh.
There's a whole lot there I can't tell. I can think of a lot of that about myself, but I can't tell it now.
Well, it's other things that come to you. How long were you in England, do you think?
We just crossed the English Channel and landed in, I can't think of the name in France. And well, it was 3 days. I going to the front.
3 days to the front?
40 men in a boxcar. For 3 days.
Was the war still going on when you landed in France?
Huh?
Was the war still going on when you landed in France?
Yeah. We was up in the front lines when the armistice was signed.
Oh,
The
okay.
day of the armistice signed. November the 11th, 1911.
What was it like that day when the war ended?
That day the armistice was signed, I was up in France. I can't think of the name of the front lines. We went up in 3 days up there in them boxcars, 40 men and 8 horses. 40 men in a boxcar.
Pretty crowded?
Huh?
Pretty crowded?
By the time it was about the third day, they got some cognac, and that day you better keep your head down.
So they were still shooting at you then?
And we was up on the front line there, and I forget the name, in the name of the woods. The day of the armistice signed. How you could light a cigarette or anything other than it was on your own. You could do anything.
Did you get to meet any of the German soldiers after the surrender?
Huh?
Did you get to meet any of the German soldiers after they surrendered?
No, they stayed the day ahead of us, going back into Germany.
Okay.
They went across the Rhine. We stopped at the Rhine River. And that's where we stayed. I was around nine months. I guess I've been German Army for AEF, they called it, Army of Occupation.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you about it.
Did you come across any poison gas when you were there?
Huh?
Did you come across any poison gas when you were there?
No, we will put on the gas masks different times. Well, we need to, but we didn't know.
What about the German artillery? Is that still going when you got there?
Huh?
The German artillery? Were they shelling your positions when you were there?
Yeah. Well, I can tell you one thing. American artillery fell short a time or two.
Oh, okay. They land in your unit?
Huh?
Did it land in your lines then?
Yeah. Our artillery killed off men.
Yeah.
Artillery fell short.
Did they kill any men in your unit?
Huh?
Did that artillery kill any men in your unit?
No. That's what I can't tell you. But I heard him talk about the artillery falling short.
Were you in the trenches?
Wasn't in the trenches then, but we moved when we moved to Germany, we moved afoot. We 30 days of moving from France into Germany, where the orders were signed. We had supposed to have 30 miles a day. Made that all afoot.
How much equipment did you carry on your back?
Huh?
How much equipment did you carry on your back?
70 pounds in your rifle.
Okay. What kind of rifle did you have?
A 30-30.
Was it a Springfield?
Yeah, I was in Springfield. And I joined the American Legion. We have those Army rifles in Belton. The Belton American Legion
Still has them.
still have an army in Belton.
Yeah.
I belong to the American Legion in Belton.
Okay.
Bill Powell's manager.
Donna Owens, please come to the personnel office. Donna Owens, please come to the personnel office.
What did you do when you were in the occupying army in Germany? What was your job?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Played baseball, and we played the other units, different units.
Were you involved in the Olympic Games for the troops?
Huh?
Were you involved in the Olympic Games for the troops that they had after the war?
No, just went to all the ball games. They wasn't getting enough attendance at ball games, so they decided if they get better attendance, they'd go to drilling. Well, they got better attendance.
Yeah. What was the weather like when you were in France and Germany?
Well, it's about like it is here. We had winter time and then we had spring. The best I remember.
You remember the ship that you came home on?
I can't say it's no freight boat worked in no transport. I got a picture of it. My boy's got that bunch of pictures.
Oh, he does.
I
Okay.
got a picture of the old ship. And I was on for 12 days. My meal ticket was 12 days. It was on a slow boat.
Slow boat.
I had to be dead and put down another meal. And I got those pictures of all that stuff.
Huh.
Bob's got it in Fairworth.
Okay. Where did you land in the United States when you were coming home?
Well, in New York, I guess.
You remember seeing the Statue of Liberty?
Huh?
You remember seeing the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah. I can remember all that stuff. When somebody asked me, then I can't remember it.
Was there any parades when you got home?
Huh?
Were you in some of the parades when you got home?
Not very much. I never met but one guy that I knew was in Germany fixing to come home. His name was Ed West.
Ed West, huh?
And I knew him years before. I knew him in civilian life. And the only guy I met what I known. See, I went from Lawrence, Kansas, and enlisted in Lawrence, Kansas in 28.
Huh. How come you enlisted over in Kansas?
I was working there when the first time, you know, when you signed that in 1917, you registered.
Mm-hmm. For the draft?
Yeah.
But you lived in Missouri all your life?
I was born in Missouri. But I worked for my cousin in Baldwin City, Kansas for years. That's how come into register in Kansas.
What kind of work were you doing there?
Just farm work.
Farm work? So you enlisted voluntarily?
Well, I should have been, wouldn't be drafted. And they was, I seemed as though Douglas County was keeping up their drafting. So I wanted to go, if we're going to be drafted, let's go now. I enlisted in Lawrence, Kansas.
Did you have any brothers in the war?
No, I had a 4-year-old brother, all 4 years older than me, but he was helping my dad run the farm, and he missed going to the Army on account of being farm help.
Yeah. Was your father ever in the Army?
Huh?
Was your father ever in the Army?
No. And and he was born during the Civil War.
Oh, he was, huh?
My dad was born in Germany.
In
Not
Germany?
in Germany, in France, in Ohio.
What,
My dad come from Ohio to Missouri.
what was his name?
W.W. Miller, William Miller.
Now, could you speak German?
Oh, I could at one time. I don't pay much attention to it now.
But when you were in the Army, could you speak German?
Well, to a certain extent, just enough to get by.
Did they ever have you act as an interpreter after the war?
No. I don't think so.
Did people tease you for having a German name before you went to war?
No.
Okay.
But they took me from Lawrence down to, well, they called it the enlistment, and down in Cody, New Mexico.
Huh.
Buffalo Bill Division.
Buffalo Bill Division, okay. You remember the number of that division?
No, I don't remember.
Okay. It's Cody, New Mexico?
Camp Cody, New Mexico.
Camp Cody, okay.
Buffalo Bill Division.
What did your patch look like?
Huh?
What did your patch look like that was on your uniform?
Oh, I don't remember. I had different kind of patches. I can't remember all of them.
And so you got some medals here to show us.
Oh, this one we got here in 19, just a while back, 75th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
I got two of them. You can see it. Take it out and look at the back of it. The back tells you what it is.
We can hold it around this way and we'll see it on the camera.
Hold it up.
It says on the back side of it what it is. 75th anniversary of World War I.
Okay, you got it.
75th anniversary of World War I got that here.
Did you?
I got two of them. I got two submarines rather.
Happy Pinky Pop Station 1, please. Happy Pinky Pop Station 1.
Did they give you any medals at the end of the war?
No. Not that one.
Did you ever get a Missouri medal?
No.
Because what kind of training did you have when you went to Camp Cody?
Huh?
What kind of training did you have when you went to Camp Cody?
Oh. All rifle practice and all that rifle. I was a full blade rifleman when I left Camp Cody.
So you were pretty good with a rifle?
I was one of the best. Somewhere with my things is something showed an expert rifleman.
Expert rifleman, okay. What about what sort of uniforms did you have?
Well, we had uniforms to start with leggings, but during the war we had them uniform with wrapped leggings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you wrapped around.
Were they hard to do?
Huh?
Were they hard to get on?
How? If you just you know how and took your time, and like anything else, you just have to take your time and know how. If you don't know what you're doing, you get no work. I was what you call a runner up in Germany.
A runner.
A runner was four companies in Italian. And I belonged to C Company, but I could go to any company. I had a band on my arm. You could do anywhere in the four. You had to know where all four companies' headquarters was. You had to know that, you know.
What did the band look like?
Had just a red band they put around your army. And we could eat within the kitchen in a form setting. And I can remember one thing. I belonged to C Company, but I could go to any company and find out stuff. Well, C Company didn't have a rolling kitchen. They had a camp when they stopped at night. Some of them had rolling kitchens. They cooked on the road. We didn't have a rolling kitchen, but I could eat with my anywhere I was at. And then other companies when I was there, I had to find out when you stopped at night where all the headquarters of them 4 companies was.
Yeah.
You had to know all that.
So you were carrying messages?
Huh?
So you carried messages?
Yes, anything very messing.
Did they have any pigeons to carry messages?
Huh?
Did they have any pigeons to send messages with?
I guess they didn't have pigeons in the army, but then I didn't know nothing about that.
Okay.
But I can remember, this other guy was up in the Eiffel Mountains for some reason. We knowed what we was doing, but nobody else knowed. And this one fella, we supposed to eat anywhere we was at. And we don't make it back by mealtime. And there's a colored company in Under Bluff and served their meals. Well, we went in, he didn't have this. He had bacon and fried potatoes, all they had left, no coffee. They had plenty of bacon and fried potatoes.
Huh.
We could eat there. This was called a black company of blacks.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember what division they were in?
Huh?
Do you remember what division they were in?
No.
Were any of them from Missouri?
Huh?
Were any of those fellows from Missouri?
No.
Do you remember anything about tanks or airplanes or balloons?
Oh. Yeah, there's. All I can remember just where we was at.
Let's see. Is there anything else you can remember about World War I?
No, very much, not very much.
You've told us quite a few things.
I remember all that. But I remember we landed in Liverpool when we went over there in the fog.
Fog. Huh?
Some of the ships run together and anchored down and stayed till morning. And we're in Liverpool, England.
Did you bring back any souvenirs from the war?
Oh, not very much.
Were you glad to get home?
Well, I was glad to get out of the army. I got my auto discharge in Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky.
I got an auto discharge.
Did you have to get home on your own then, or?
Well, they gave him to get him out of town. They're spending their money and getting drunk. They give them a cheaper rate out there to get them out.
Huh.
But I saw a lot of crap in the army. I had 15 $100 bills when I got this discharge. Had 15 $100 bills.
That's quite a bit of money.
Huh?
That's quite a bit of money, isn't it?
That wasn't no money then. It didn't amount to nothing then. You could lose that in a crap game, you could win that much in another crap game.
Is that how you got it?
Huh?
Is that how you got it?
Yeah, I tell it. And I got $150. I got $150 travel pay from. Well, I put in to go. They were going to send me to New Mexico, and I put in to go to Neosho, Missouri, where I could go home.
Mm-hmm.
And they sent me to Neosho.
Oh, okay, good.
They discharged. I went to Neosho on my own. We got it back into St. Louis the next morning after discharge. And the first good meal we got a meal in the Army. First good meal we got out of the Army.
Oh.
We went to the restaurant, got our own meal. The funny thing about I wrote a letter or something. I went in and asked for a 3-cent stamp. She said, "What do you want with it?" I said, "Well, mail a letter. What do you think?" But you know, at that time, 3-cent stamps went back to 2. Did you know that?
Uh-uh.
You know, we used the 2-cent stamp all the time.
Yeah.
Well, when after the war was over, they went back 3 cents. They went back to 2 cents.
Huh.
Now, you ever notice anything that the girl put anything back?
No.
She said, "You been in the Army?" I said, "Sure, I've been in the Army." I don't know anything about that 3-cent stamp. We didn't use those stamps in the Army. We didn't use stamps. Soldier's mail.
Hmm.
The letters had to be inspected. And soldier's mail, in place of stamps. Soldier's mail. I don't pay no stamps. We never had no stamps on cigarettes when we get cigarettes.
Oh.
Wasn't no stamps on cigarettes.
What kind of cigarettes did you smoke?
Huh?
What kind of cigarettes did you smoke?
Well, you had just them Camels and Lucky Strikes made in one. But Piedmont's is the first cigarette. We had Bull Durham and Rollion.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they furnished you. If they had it. Sometimes you didn't have nothing in it. Watch and see if anybody sold a cigarette down, you can get it. There's one fellow tell me about it. He's just captain smoking a cigar. He aimed to get it when he threw it away. But he didn't throw it away. He put it back in his pocket. They was short of cigars too. I can remember all them things.
You remember who your officers were, your commanding officer?
No, I don't know. I can't remember. I can remember a thing about it, but I can't just off.
Let's see. What do you think your secret is of a long life?
Huh?
What's your secret of a long life?
I'm just here. That's all I tell you.
How long did you smoke cigarettes?
Years. I quit smoking cigars 4 years ago. I went down to cigars. I didn't smoke. I chew them. Chewed cigars.
Shoot 'em. Yeah, I think we pretty well got it covered.
Huh?
Hungry.
We want to let you go so you can get your meal.
Yeah.
But
I'll get down there and try.
Take that.